final scores 76 now as the Horizon League tournament record. Cleveland State by 15.
Go ahead. Let's go, dog.
Go, Butler.
Giving back to your country strong, give back to your country, that's Army Strong. Find out more by visiting the Army booth or at goarmy.com.
Number 23 for Cleveland State, Kailey Klein, the all-time leading scorer for Horizon League tournament play. Breaking the record moments ago. She has had a tournament to remember, and her team is a little more than 11 minutes away from the championship.
She has. I mean, she's been everything that her team needed her to be. Whether or not this right here is the record-breaking shot, but whether or not her team needed her to play defense, get some rebounds, you know, or just make a play, she's been that. It's more than scoring.
In this game, Klein has 19 points and 6 rebounds. Jessica Roque has scored 13. Those are your two double-figure scores. At stake, the Horizon League Championship, an automatic bid in the NCAA tournament field that will be announced tomorrow night by ESPN. A three from Pittman. She has been huge off the bench now, 8 points for Alyssa Pittman.
And that's good to see Butler come out of a timeout and execute and knock down the shot. That gives you some momentum. There's 11 minutes left in the game. There's plenty of time left.
And now Butler needs some stops.
They do. They're going to stay in the 2-3 zone. They're trying to stop the penetration by Cleveland State.
Klein active on the baseline. Shot missed, and it's 1 and out for Cleveland State. The rebound to Butler. Here's Pittman wide open again. Can she knock it down? Not this time. She falls to the floor. And here's Green Bay, or rather Cleveland State, with a rebound.
You know, and that's not a bad shot. A lot of people might think that you don't want to just start throwing up threes. And I don't think they are. I think she was wide open. She just made the previous shot. Why not?
I think most coaches will take a wide open three look in transition.
Definitely. That's, you know, you can always get a layup or a wide open three. Those are both acceptable shots in transition offense.
Well, the Klein family is enjoying the play of their daughter today now at 21. That's a game high. Butler attacking on the other side. It's a basket and one.
That is a lot of scoring. 29 points, 28 points, and now she has 21 and counting in Kailey Klein.
Good stop by Tara Burns on the baseline to score the basket, and now she will walk to the free throw line.
And that's a great job, but Butler can't exchange baskets. They have to get some stops and go on a little run.
She is the only player for Butler to have started all 31 games this year. Burns, a junior from Peoria, Illinois.
Now Butler's in a man-to-man defense. Cause the turnover. That's exactly what they need. Now they have to come down and make sure they get a good shot and then get another stop. We always call it stop, score, stop.
And in Connecticut, you did a lot of stopping and a lot of scoring.
Yeah, it's all about series. You know, you have to take the game one possession at a time, but you also got to think, we need to go on a run. We need to get some stops. It starts on the defensive end.
Opportunity for Butler, 3-ball on the way. Buried again for the outside. And the Bulldogs are starting to loosen up a little bit. Alyssa Pittman has hit her third three. She's got a dozen.
That is a tough shot. I mean, that wasn't a wide open look that she hit. That was a long three with the defender's hand in her face. And another stop right here.
Here come the Bulldogs, and a foul on the out front. Committed by Shanita Garland, number 14.
Right here, this is the shot for Pittman. A great double screen. And you know, a lot of times when a player gets an open look, you have to give credit to her offensive players that set the screen, that hit her defender.
3 on Garland, and as a team, Cleveland State has 6. Team foul situation for Butler, just 3. Bulldogs trying to make their run.
Right here is a big possession.
Thornton goes inside out on the drive. Brierly missed it. A chance for a second opportunity, no. And Cleveland State down with the ball.
I like the fact that she took it to the basket and didn't settle for another open jump shot, although they have hit a couple in a row.
Roque on the handoff to Roque. Angel to Jessica. The jumper on the outside missed by Garland with 8.5 to go. Back to Butler. Monday night women's brackets exclusively announced on ESPN's NCAA Women's Basketball Selection Show. Which teams have the easiest and toughest roads to San Antonio? This and more on the NCAA Women's Basketball Selection Special on Monday night on ESPN, and then continuing on ESPNU at 8 Eastern. No truth to the rumor that the tournament is known as the UConn Invitational.
I know there's a lot of teams that don't agree with that. Right there, that's just a tough shot. You know, Pittman, I know she's feeling good. She's hit a couple shots, but you still have to make sure you take good shots right now.
I hope this isn't blasphemous, but tell us who you think can beat UConn.
You know, I think Stanford is always a team to watch out for. No matter how many points you beat them by in the season, when it comes to tournament, they're always a different team. They always get better each day.
We'll see if that happens in the next few weeks. Pittman is on fire. Alyssa Pittman has brought the Dogs within 6.
I mean, that's great mental toughness. You know, a shooter, they never think about their last shot. She airballed her last shot. The crowd is screaming airball, and she comes down, nothing but nylon on the next one.
The 5'9" junior from Elkhart, the transfer from Eastern Michigan, has brought Butler back within 6. At 47-41, Tara Burns set it up in transition. This lead moments ago was 13. 7:47 for the game. 47-41.
Now, Butler's done their work early. They're down 6 points. They still have to continue to get stops. They've gotten over the hump with a double-digit deficit, but they have to get stops, and they also make sure that they don't just throw up a lot of threes. They're going in right now, but what happens if you start missing them? You have to make sure that you get good shots, drive it to the basket, have a good balance.
Solid point. Butler, 11-2 run over the last 4 minutes, and have hit 4 threes in the second half after going 1 for 8 in the first half. There's a steal, and Burns racing to the other end. Tara Burns to the basket.
Now, this is dangerous time for Cleveland State right now. They've turned the ball over 3 times. Butler's starting to get some confidence. The fans are getting in it. But Cleveland State has to make sure they get a good shot right here.
Let's see if the Vikings can calm down. Once leading by 13, now ahead by just 4. Here's Klein. Little lean-in jumper, missed the shot. Burns going for the rebound, but Garland skied over her to get it.
That's a great job by Shanita Garland to get them an extra possession.
Here's Roque on a catch and shoot, and a big 3 by Angel Roque.
Once again, that's another senior stepping up big when you need her. And she's not shy to the moment. Last game, she's the one that hit a lot of those threes for the win.
When this is over, Butler's back on the bus, heading back toward Indianapolis, about a 6-hour ride. And Greg Murphy from Cleveland State Sports Information informs us that Cleveland State will drive to Chicago and fly back to Cleveland. Steal by Garland, going to the basket, lays it up and in. And Cleveland State with a quick answer of 5 consecutive points to bump the lead back to 9.
Cleveland State, that shows maturity right there for another team to go on a run, but for you to settle down and come back and go on a run of your own.